Nightmare. A frightening or unpleasant dream. I'm sure if you're watching this video, you've had an experience where you've awoken in the night due to one of these. Curiously, we've been studying this phenomenon for centuries and only have mere theories of why they occur. I don't know about you, but nightmares are some of the scariest experiences that I've had. I think it may be the unfamiliarity that takes the appearance of a former experience, almost like a memory lost to time. I think this is why the concept of liminal spaces took off. Everyone has had an experience of looking at a familiar image, but know for 100% certainty that you've never seen it. Personally, I think the whole liminal space thing is a bit overdone now. Everyone has made their own photos, videos, and even games of this odd phenomenon. However, I must admit that the idea of games showcasing this concept has always been a bit intriguing to me. Yume, Nikki, the Stanley Parable, and even Minecraft to a degree have showcased this. However, one platform I don't see a lot of people talk about is Roblox. There are millions of unique games on the platform, most of which are empty. The only thing left in most of these experiences are the models and scripts the developer created a long time ago, waiting for someone to join for the rest of eternity. Recently, on Roblox, I was recommended something on my homepage that piqued my interest. Let's try this out. You're loaded into a retro town in the dead of night. Not a living soul around. All we can hear is an apparent breeze, which feels unwelcoming and an encouragement to leave while you still can. You quickly notice in your inventory an apartment keys, indicating that you are outside of your residence and must find a way to get in. You open the door to your complex and walk upstairs to your room. Inside, you find a yellow-lined paper, indicating that this may be of some use to you. However, once you try to pick the paper up, this happens. Progress saved. If you've ever played a game before, you know this can't be any good. It provides yet another warning sign to turn back. But you want a good night's rest, so you go to sleep. I don't think I ordered anything. Painkillers? Well, I'll return this in the morning. You go back to sleep. Oh, what is it now? You talk to your neighbor in a admittedly humorous predicament. The neighbor lowers the volume, so you're finally able to get a good night's rest. Oh, okay, that was close. Thankfully, there's a conveniently placed gun. This gun has limited ammo and has a subtle but alarming feature. You have to rack the gun. This can cause crucial moments to be turned into panicked moments. You explore the surrounding structures and killing monsters along the way. I would be remiss if I didn't talk about the sound design for the monsters. You go into a dark corner looking for supplies, and then you hear this. That running sound. I think it really encapsulates this fear of the unknown humans tend to have. let's take the universe for example. It's huge, like really huge, about 93 billion light years in diameter huge, and this is just what we can observe due to how light travels. This topic could use its own video, but the point is, we have a natural tendency to fill in the blanks in regard to these planets, stars, and galaxies that we most likely will never explore. Humans like to replace these blanks with advanced civilizations, or in layman's terms, aliens. It makes us feel more comfortable than accepting the fact that there might not be anything out there, just us living on a rock, moving through the void of space. This is a similar fear when you hear those footsteps. Your mind immediately pictures something evil rushing towards you, which, in this case, is true. Anyways, enough with this tangent. You find a flashlight allowing us to go deeper into these dark alleys, and while exploring, we encounter this. Just hearing that metal clink, and this being your first encounter with these monsters, is terrifying to say the least. The sound design is absolutely incredible if I haven't made that apparent enough. After you kill these monsters, you acquire an axe which you can use to destroy planks blocking off certain areas. After exploring and killing more monsters, you find a key for a gun store. Let's go check this out. You find a shotgun and a rifle. Both are effective and have their drawbacks. The shotgun is quick and does a lot of damage, but needs to constantly be reloaded. On the other hand, the rifle has a large ammo capacity, but a slow reload speed and does mediocre damage. Now is a good time to talk about the inventory system. You are only allowed to have 4 items. This may sound like a lot, but after you get the 2 guns, the inventory management really begins to shine. You can either take both the rifle and the shotgun for less inventory space and have a more versatile arsenal to defeat the potentially dangerous upcoming monsters. Or only take one of the guns and be more defenseless, but have more space for crucial items like painkillers. Furthermore, if you want to see where you're going, the flashlight is a must-have. This creates an engaging experience without feeling too restricted with the inventory system. You're quickly able to drop something and go back to pick up the item you want, which is required for progression items. Subsequently, you choose which firearms to take on the rest of your journey. Obtain a sewer key that I may have missed during my playthrough and was left wandering for 5 minutes looking for, and fight off a few more monsters. You unlock a door and see an ominous dark pit awaiting you. You jump, and knowing this is the only way you can escape from this dilemma that you've seemed to find yourself in. You're immediately thrown into a claustrophobic labyrinth. The flashlight is your only source of light, and you hear an eerie track as it unapologetically welcomes you. This warning is given to you for the unknown and frightening parts of your mind. You notice planks blocking off an area, but you don't seem to have your axe anymore. You turn around and see a door, your only other possible way of advancement. While trying to interact with the door, this happens. They drop an axe for us to remove these planks with. We walk the narrow corridors with hidden dark corners at every turn and look down them for the chance that there are monsters hiding in them. Despite all the horrific encounters, you still persist and encounter an all-out battle. Without sounding too repetitive, you fight a lot of monsters, and I mean a lot. But after all this fighting, you get a key card that takes us into this room. You have to do careful jumps, which causes sweat to build up from the fear of falling and losing everything up to this point. We find another key card and take off the planks and face another giant wave of monsters. If you remember earlier, this is where I showcased the weapons, and there's a good reason why. This is where the weapons really shine, as you get to use them to their full potential while facing a horde of monsters. After several minutes of filling these monsters with lead, you break down another area blocked off by planks. But this time, you notice the uncomfortable amount of planks almost as if it's blocking something out from the rest of the world. You delve deeper and have one last opportunity to stock up on ammo and save before dropping down into the menacing, unwelcoming hole. When jumping down the initial hole that goes into the sewer, it indicated that you were going into a more horror-filled, nightmare section of your dream. Your mind forces you to go deeper as a way of escape, only leading itself to darker, to more terrifying imagery. You drop down, hearing the unfamiliar, or perhaps familiar memory from long ago. A monster suddenly breaks through the glass and starts chasing you around. This is it. This is the nightmare your mind has created. This is what led you down this linear path. So your mind could unwillingly show you this. Use both the rifle and the shotgun that you were graciously given earlier by targeting these, what can only be described as heads, to weaken this monster, so you're able to get around its armor to inflict damage. Once enough damage is dealt, you have finally defeated your nightmare for once and for all. You begin the process of waking up, hearing the sounds of your nightmare ending. And then you wake in your real bed, in your real house. It was all a dream. Or was it? That's it! That's the entire game! The game is short, only taking around 30 minutes on my first playthrough. I don't think I've ever played a game that has exposed the true horrors of a nightmare in such a thoughtless manner. The fact that according to the description, the game was only made in 7 days for a game jam is nothing short of incredible. The liminal and linear hallways, the monsters that don't have any real purpose but to attack you, the encompassing sounds, the weird but familiar imagery. It's as close as I've ever gotten to playing a game that has replicated a real-life nightmare. If you, for some reason, ignored the spoilers at the start of the video and haven't played Nightmare, I couldn't recommend it enough, and we'll give you some scares. It definitely made me unsettled while playing. The main reason I made this video is the developer said that a new game could be in development if this one got popular, and despite me not having a large audience, I figured I could help by giving a little bit of warranted exposure to this game. You can also donate to the developer through the store section if you'd like. Anyways, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.